My name is Mandy Sass. I live in Ravensmead. I've been a Cape Town photographer since the age of 15 when the love started for photography. It actually started with a high school musical that I recorded on school. I attended Bernardino Heights High School in Kraaifontein, and the rest is history. After that, I just went on and on with photography, and I'm still doing it. I love it. So my love for photography started at a very young age. It started with my father. He had a video camera, one of those old video cameras with the cassettes in. So while I was still on school, I always saw when my dad went to different parties at families or church, he would take the video camera along with him. So I started doing it and I really liked it. And that's where I took it with to school when there was a school musical on, and I started selling CDs for 100 Rand a CD, and the orders came streaming in, and that's where I thought, wow, but I can actually start a business with this. And as time went on, my brother one Christmas bought me a digital camera, those small cameras, and I actually done a wedding with one of those cameras. When I look back, I can't believe I actually done a wedding with one of those small cameras. But that is just how the journey went on, and the love for photography just kept on growing over the years. So I never studied photography. I just took all the tips that I saw sometimes on TV, and I just tried out different ways. I done a short course on photography but never actually studied photography, but I just loved it. I love taking pictures of myself. I love taking pictures of other people, of animals, of nature, everything, and especially weddings. And of course, newborn shoots is also one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, it just kept on growing, and that is just how I knew that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So back in 2017, I got an opportunity to go to Germany through my church while I was doing voluntary work. And as I was doing the voluntary work, we also had German classes that we needed to attend. And one of the teachers heard that I am a photographer. And I told him that I am doing it full-time back in South Africa, but in Germany, I was just doing it for fun. So he encouraged me to write an article to one of the local newspapers in Germany. And that's what I done, and it was so nice, and I had to do it in German. And he of course helped me with it. So I wrote everything in English, and I just asked Google Translator to help me. And after that, I showed it to him, and he told me it was perfect. I added some of my pictures that I took into the article and a picture of myself. And it was published, I think it was exactly like a week before I came back to South Africa, which was so great, because I thought to myself, I can't be published in a German newspaper and not see it with my own eyes. But anyway, it was so great, and it was very nice to see that my photography work is in a German newspaper in Europe. From 2012 to 2016, I worked at Builders Warehouse. I first started at Cape Gate branch, and then I moved to Tygerberg's branch. So I worked there, but I just told myself this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I was off on weekends, and that is where I done my photography on weekends, but the editing it just got too much for me. So I decided I'm gonna resign by Builders. And I spoke to my parents about it, and they asked me, but are you sure that you want to do this? Because obviously I was leaving a steady income for a photo shoot here and there. But then I told them, if I don't do this, I will never know. So until today, I don't regret that decision. So shortly after I resigned, a few months, that is where I got the opportunity to go to Germany. So luckily I didn't have to resign because of Germany. I could make my own decisions because I was my own boss at the time. So that is when I went to Germany, and Germany really it changed my vision. I attended a German wedding while I was there, and I asked the couple if it's fine if I can second shoot with the actual photographer. They contacted the photographer and he said it was fine, and it was amazing because the lady was from Germany and the guy she married was from Rwanda. So it was different cultures. It was just absolutely amazing to see how two different cultures and people from different countries get together and celebrate one union, one wedding. So yeah, when I came back from Germany, I just had a different perspective of how I wanted to do my business. I also then started with a photography studio back at home. I just used this one room in our house. I took everything out. My father used it as a study room, but it was a mess all the time. And I told him I can work with this space. And I took everything out, painted everything white. The floors, the walls, everything is white. So that is my photography studio where I do my indoor shoots. So I think word of mouth is extremely powerful. I go to places all over Cape Town, outside of Cape Town, and people would know me, and I unfortunately won't know them. And yeah, a lot of them would come to me and like, Mandy, but aren't you the girl that take pictures? I'm like, yes. Some of them want to take pictures with me. So it's amazing. I get contacted so often about people that referred me to them. So I think word of mouth really, it's really powerful, and it really helped my business so much. I have a photography page on Facebook at the moment, and that's the only media page where I am putting my work out on. I had one on Instagram. It's a bit outdated, so I'm planning on getting a new one soon. I don't have a website yet. I'm also planning on that. So Facebook is the only one that's there, and then word of mouth takes over, literally. So photography really opened a lot of doors for me, but I think it's also because of who I am. I like to make things happen. A few years back, I done Cheslin Kolbe, the South African rugby player, his daughter's 3rd birthday photo shoot. I done her pictures, but like I said, I kind of made that happen because I was in contact with Cheslin while I was in Germany, because I got his number through a friend of him that I also know. Because I wanted to do a photo shoot with him while I was in France, but that unfortunately didn't work out. But I kept contact with him, and his wife then posted something on Instagram regarding to their daughter's photo shoot, but it wasn't with photography. But then I messaged her and I asked her, listen, here, we're both in South Africa now, can I do your daughter's photos for you? Anyway, long story short, eventually she came back to me and she asked me if I'm available, and that was just amazing. I mean, Cheslin and his family was there, and I knew that the captain Siyakulisi with his family will be there, so it was just great. And people asked me like, wow, how on earth did you get that right? Like, did Cheslin them contact you? And I'm like, no, that's not what happened. But that's why I say I like challenges. I like to ask. I mean, they could have said no, but luckily they said yes. So that was really amazing, and I think that really opened a lot of doors for me. So not just that, it's really people recommending me that also opens doors, and I love to travel, so I open my own doors as well.